few days ago, I made a video regarding your guys' personal issues and concerns you have with RELLs, and so many people were concerned about progression, and for good reason. That's a lot of the game. It affects a lot of it, and it's almost like the RELL brothers seen that video because they just gave us some information about progression. So let's look at it. So one of the RELL brothers made a tweet, and he said that there won't be levels in RELL season. They're making a whole different grinding method. He also talks about sea stone bullets and how they'll melt any fruit, but we'll talk about that later. But this progression information, knowing that there's going to be no levels, is actually a lot more important than y'all probably think. I also feel like I have a good guess of what this progression system could possibly look like, but first I want to talk about the stuff this actually confirms for us. Since we now know that there will be no levels, that means it can't be bandit beater progression, because bandit beater progression only works when you have a level system. And also considering that they said it will be an adventure and exploration game, you would assume progression would have to do with adventuring and exploring. And also considering, why would they make a whole new progression style and progression system just to keep it bandit beater? It's gotta be something different. And that also brings me to the screenshot of the new armor for RELLs. Since we now know that there's no levels in RELLs, it makes a lot more sense for items and armor to be a lot more important. And this also just fits the game a lot better. Think about it, it's supposed to be an adventure and exploration game. Item drops and stuff to get items is a lot more based in exploration and fighting bosses and going and traveling compared to leveling, where you just sit there and farm bandits, correct? And then for those that don't know, crafting is also a part of RELLs, so this gives them a lot more room to play with items than just boss drops. For example, you're able to maybe get crafting material some other way by adventuring, and then you could go use that to make items. So maybe multiple ways to progress through getting different items. I also feel like this makes it very likely, or at least a possibility, that you'll be able to upgrade your items. So we could have the same hat, for example. Like we could have maybe the same Brook hat, but my Brook hat is actually stronger than yours. But what's really throwing me off and kind of confusing me is that there is a stat system, or at least there was in the first teaser, I believe maybe the second teaser. But this leaves us with two possibilities. They either just scrap the stat system in general and there's no more stat system, or there's somehow a stat system without levels. I've never played a game like that myself, or at least I can't remember I have, so I don't know exactly how that would work. Normally, obviously, you level up and you get a stat point, and that's how you put it in whatever stat you want to put it in. But if it's not like that in this game, maybe you have to go and do something to specifically level up that stat. Maybe for crafting, you have to craft stuff. For attacking, you have to fight people. For endurance, you have to, go and run around or something. You get what I'm saying here? But I believe there's already a lot of progression and grinding methods similar to this, and they said their progression system will be new, so I imagine it will be different to something like that, and more likely something we haven't seen, or at least something slightly different to what we haven't seen. But what I actually noticed from the stat system they showed us is that there's no devil fruit stat points, meaning devil fruit progression will be some sort of other way, possibly just mastery through using it, or some alternative other way. I'm really not sure. I just hope they're able to find a progression and grinding system that promotes exploration and adventure, because that's what the game is supposed to be about. They said multiple times, I believe, that their game is supposed to be a true pirate experience, so I hope it's something that encompasses that. Fighting bandits, like just basic bandits, is obviously not the true pirate experience. At least I feel like we could all agree on that. We also got a few new RELLs sneaks I wanted to go over. We just got this Goro sneak, and honestly this looks really good. I imagine this is going to be the Goro ultimate, because it is in literally every other game. The only thing about it is it looks a little small, but I think that's probably just the angle, and the reason I say it looks small is compared to how big the actual model is for Goro. If y'all know what I'm talking about, the big blue model guy. I also like the vortex cloud looking, storm looking thing. Honestly, it looks really clean, but that looks like it's gonna take a lot of frames. Y'all with bad PCs look like it's about to get fried, but there's probably gonna be like low graphics options, and hopefully the game's optimized too, so I guess we'll find out. A while ago, we also got these lightning dragon heads, which are obviously for a lightning dragon type move. So that means we know 2 of the Goro moves, 3 Goro moves if you count the transformation, and there's probably gonna be 5 to 6 moves, because that's how many there were for flame, I believe. And also the flame ult hitbox, which is very similar to the Goro ultimate, it was also a small hitbox, so I guess they're purposely making them small so they're not too spammable, but it is going to look a little small just considering it's going to be coming from such a big Goro model and then going to have like a mediocre size ult. I don't know how I feel about that, but either way I'm sure it will still be cool. We also got this shark sneak, which obviously looks amazing. We just expect this from RELLs at this point, I'm not gonna lie, but it's called a Shark Sea King, which makes me think there's going to be multiple obviously sea creatures, probably like normal sea kings, krakens of that sort. But I mean, I don't know how much that will be on release, but I assume it's going to be like Arcane Odyssey, sea, where when you go in the ocean and stuff like that, there's a certain chance of certain things spawning and possible drops for those different types of sea animals. And then you can also use that to, you know, craft, I imagine, and stuff like that. But I want to keep this video straight to the point and not drag anything out, so I'm not going to keep it too long and hold y'all, but I'd appreciate if y'all subscribe because it really helps me making these videos in general. We almost at 4K too, and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. I'm a consistent man, okay? So if y'all want to claim y'all before 4K card, you feel me, make sure to subscribe. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Love y'all. Later.